This is day 13 of me riding my bike from Missouri to Oregon.
After the wheel blowout yesterday, today was a forced rest day, but trust me, there are worse places to break down than Du Bois, Wyoming. I got up with John and Robert and saw them out of town. We met Brendan, another cyclist headed west to Oregon. After that, I wandered back down towards the church where I was staying and tried to hash out a plan. I met Roger and he invited me in to have coffee with a bunch of the locals. The bike shop in Du Bois closed, so one of them suggested calling a bike shop in Jackson to see if they had wheels. They also said overnight shipping to Jackson is pretty solid, but typically it takes about 2 days to get to Du Bois. The bike shop didn't open until 9, so Dennis, who is actually from Kansas, showed me around town. We went to this awesome art gallery, met Tom, and saw some of his work, and then went to this incredible bowling alley that has one of the best breakfast sandwiches I've ever had. We checked out this dump road that overlooks the town. It's got a pretty cool view of Du Bois, and then by that time it was about 9 o'clock, so I called the bike shop. The bike shop in Jackson did not have any aluminum wheels. They did have a set of carbon wheels, but I wasn't trying to spend that much money, so I decided to stick with the plan of having the wheels shipped from Bike Stop in Lee Summit to Jackson. So essentially Mark got the wheels ready for me in Kansas City, and then Kim picked them up and she took them to FedEx and had them overnight shipped to the bike shop in Jackson. The bike shop in Jackson said that they could set them up once I got there, but now I had to find a ride to Jackson. So this is where Martha comes in. Martha is the lady who works at the church. I talked to her. I said, hey, how could I get a ride to Jackson? She said, let's put it out on the Facebook discussion page. Within 15 minutes of me posting on that page, Steve called me. He's like, hey, I'm coming through Du Bois tomorrow morning at 7:30. I can take you to Jackson. I was like, let's go, Steve. You're a trail angel. So tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m., me and my bike are loading up with Steve and his dog, and I'm getting a ride to Jackson where my wheels should be there by 2:30, and then they're going to swap everything over, and I should continue to be headed west. After that, I called Scotty and told him that I didn't need his tools, so he came by and got them. He's a super rad dude. So at this point, I was hungry, so I figured I'd walk down and get a burger. As I'm walking down to get a burger, I see this dude sitting there, and he was sitting down, and I saw his face, and I was like, man, that looks like Anthony Robles. And then I saw the crutches on the ground, and I was like, dude, that is Anthony Robles. So Anthony Robles is a Division I wrestler from Arizona State, won a national title. He's only got one leg. There was recently a movie released about his story called Unstoppable. I walked up, I said, hey, can I shake your hand? He's like, hell yeah, man. We talked about wrestling for a bit. He's a super awesome dude, so that was crazy. From there, I got this phenomenal cheeseburger and fries, and then I checked out this honey place, and then about an hour after I got back to the church, I met Lisa and Eric. They are touring across the country, and they have done a lot of extensive touring in their lives, so it was cool to chat with them. But on this day, I rode 0 miles. Hopefully tomorrow, the wheel situation gets worked out, and I can be back on the road headed west to Oregon.